Raise your hand if your child suffers from ADHD or ADD. I see a lot of hands up out there right now. Have you heard of neurofeedback? Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics gave neurofeedback their top rating for the treatment of the behavioral symptoms of ADHD. Dr. Jason Rhodes has been on the program before, but not for a while. He's from St. Louis Neurotherapy Institute, and he's here to show us how neurofeedback works, and he's joined by Jane. And Jane has seen amazing progress for your daughter, Katy, right?
Correct.
In fact, you have multiple kids
Yes.
that you've put through this program. And I want to start with you because I think that's the most dramatic way we can explain the impact that this program can have. So tell us about Katy and your experience.
Okay, so first of all, just to know how we got into this, is I'm proudly married to an engineer, and we do a lot of research before we pick this. We did a lot of research, talked to a lot of people, took Katy in and got a brain map, and Katy wanted to get it done. So, I think what I learned once she saw the map, but what I learned is it gives the brain a capacity to change, and your brain is going to operate at its peak. And I don't know what parent wouldn't want that for their kid, whether they have a little ADD. Katy had a lot, but as soon as we showed her the map, she wanted to start it. The thing that I found amazing is out of the 3 kids we did it for, it was almost like I told the doctor about my kids. Dr. Shafai gave me the results, and my kids thought I told them something, but I didn't. He clearly knew which one had ADD, which one had trauma, and which one just had anxiety.
And the results were?
With Katy, they were unbelievable. And we're halfway through with our next child, and we're hoping the 3rd child does it. But I can see the results as a mom that maybe the outside world can't as much. Decision-making, processing, all kinds of things.
All right, and I wanted to make that point right off the bat so that you have some idea of how dramatic this program is, and then I want to talk to Dr. Rhodes about how it works, because that's really important too.
Yeah, so neurofeedback's been around for quite some time. We begin the process with what's called a brain map, which is where we place a cap on the head, and we have 19 different sites that we're recording the electrical activity of the brain. So just like
that's what we're looking at.
That's what you're looking at right here. Yes, exactly. And so this is someone who would typically be diagnosed with anxiety. It's an overprocessing of the brain. So instead of having 1 thought, 2 thoughts, they're having 1, 2, 100 in complete overwhelm. And we can see that in a brain map. So it allows us to be able to differentially diagnose what's going on with someone. And then to have an objective, not subjective, not I think this is happening, but like this is what is actually happening.
Clearly, and like you said, Jane, in the case of Katy, that was a dramatic brain mapping.
Right. And so from there we can actually see what's going on with the brain. And this is something that these individuals are not able to control it. This is literally neurologically how their brain is functioning. From there we do the neurofeedback therapy where we place surface level sensors on the scalp, and then we're rewarding them when that activity changes to a more healthy pattern. Much like we think of Pavlov's dog, ring the bell, saliva, somewhat similar that what we're doing. And we do that over and over again, and just like working out a muscle, when you go to the gym, we recreate new patterns and build that muscle.
And you and I have talked before about how this is non-invasive, not painful, drug-free therapy. And in some cases, kids that come in, or adults that come in on medication, can either reduce or eliminate that medication. And that's, I know for a lot of parents, that's part of the goal, is to get them off of those drugs because of the potential side effects. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being here. St. Louis Neurotherapy is doing free consultations. You can take a tour of the facility and meet with one of the doctors one-on-one. And you can set that up by calling 855-STL-ADHD. That's 855-785-2343 or 314-983-9355, or you can go online to stladhd.com. And stick around after the Great Day because we are continuing this conversation on Great Day Extra Live. We can really spend some time and talk about the nuances and some of the impacts that Jane has seen with her kids and then that other kids have seen as well. That'll be on our Facebook page, and it starts about 10:15 this morning.
Thank you very much, you three.